And we are wrestling with WWE Money in the Bank. It's later today, and if you're smart, how should you listen to it?
You listen to it courtesy of the Remix on YouTube, a premium audio companion experience cast TM for all your WWE premium live event needs in terms of live streaming, alternate commentary. Of course, you can see me, or you can listen to me, James, and now our third, carrying on the Dust legacy, launching his Ocho on YouTube, dusting on the ropes. My nephew, Ryan Dust, in just a shade under.
Yeah. And honestly, we should be calling this WWE a generic SmackDown rather than a premium live event. No.
Uh, I prefer to call it How to Lose an Arena in 10 Days.
Yeah, you're not wrong about that. Let's get into it. Raw Women's Championship match: Bianca Belair versus Carmella.
Bianca wins next.
SmackDown Women's Championship match: Ronda Rousey versus Natalia.
Ronda retains next.
The Usos versus the Street Profits for the Undisputed Tag Team Championships.
Now, the Street Profits were apparently supposed to pick a stipulation. And that apparently has either been scrapped or not chosen yet. Either way, the Usos retain.
Theory versus Bobby Lashley for the United States Championship.
You know, if it was anybody else, I'd say we have a new United States champion. Um, uh, Theory to retain, but Lashley probably wins by a DQ.
There will be shenanigans at hand in this match.
Basically, yes.
Alright, we got the women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Lacey Evans, we got Alexa Bliss medium, Liv Morgan, Alexa Bliss large, Lacey Evans, Raquel Gonzalez, Shotzi Blackheart, Asuka,
Not, just Yahtzee.
yes, and Becky Lynch. Who wins, Scooter?
Well, it's clearly going to be Becky.
I kind of feel the same way. I mean, she has to get back on that horse, considering, you know,
And
how
if
hard she fell after WrestleMania.
you know, here's the thing though. I almost predict. In fact, I'll say this right now. If the women's Money in the Bank match goes on first, and Becky wins, we're seeing it cashed in.
I what I was gonna say was, if Becky wins at SummerSlam, cash it in on Bianca, beat her in another 27 seconds.
See, what I'm thinking is the Money in the Bank match goes on first. Becky wins. Bianca and Carmella is next. Bianca wins after 8-9 minutes. Becky comes out, cashes in, and Becky gets beat in 27 seconds.
Ooh.
That's comeuppance.
That's definitely a theory. Not Austin. Um, but then it doesn't the Money in the Bank the briefcase kind of go to waste because
Well,
you literally have to wait a whole year again to
well,
see it.
well. Look at it this way: this is the seventh women's match, Money in the Bank ladder match, and in the six, well, at least one of them didn't even get to cash it in,
She was
and
just
two,
rewarded the title, yeah.
and two of them cashed it in the same night.
Uh, yeah, you're right. So, I mean, unless, somebody in creative has memory loss, which they definitely do. I mean, it could be a repeat, but it kind of seems like that would be the predictable thing to do.
Which is why I think if Becky cashes in, she loses. Uh, that's the that's the end of that, and then you could probably work on Ronda and Becky for SummerSlam, or because if not Ronda Becky at SummerSlam, Ronda Becky at Clash the Castle.
Hmm. How is Lana and Becky gonna be a thing when they're not on the same brand?
Well, Becky's gonna quit Raw after she loses. It makes sense for the downward spiral she's on.
Okay, yes, but how do you get set on SmackDown then?
She's big time Bex. She's
Oh, so
big
she
brainy
just
Bex.
tells Seth to come to SmackDown and he does.
Basically, she can say, "Oh, I'm Becky Two Belts. So I'll do what I want."
Okay, why does she have like a terrible British accent?
Because I have a terrible British accent, you daft loony.
You do realize she's Irish, not British.
I know. I can't do an Irish accent right now, and you're one to criticize accents.
Alright, we kind of both agreed that
Oh,
maybe Becky should win this match, but let's say we got a mulligan, we get one more pick out of all these goals. Who wins, Scooter?
God. You know, I would say, via proxy that Alexa and Asuka are automatically out of the running because they've won it before.
I mean, there's always that, lore of being the first two-time.
Yes, but then again, if it's Alexa uh, who cashed in when she won it, uh, and Asuka who didn't even get to cash it in, who didn't even bother to open the damn briefcase.
But you knew it felt heavy.
Uh, I'm wondering. I'm wondering there's something if there's something being kept from us.
Like, a secret, uh, extra participant?
Yep,
Hmm. Could this extra participant be a hugger by any chance?
it uh, it absolutely could be. Um, it wouldn't be Charlotte, but imagine this. Imagine not just one, but two.
The Iconics?
And no, imagine Sasha and Naomi.
Ooh.
Imagine the response that would get. Like, and how do you make good on something that that uh apparently made you look so bad PR wise? You know, have Sasha come in and win the whole damn thing. It won't happen, but
Yeah, I think WWE is good. Is done making good when it comes to Sasha.
Sasha,
Huh?
as in the Sasha,
Yep.
Sasha Banks.
Coming
That's
soon to a story.
that's Shinsuke's sister.
Alright,
Hurrah.
so who you got for the second pick?
My mulligan though. My mulligan is Liv.
I was under the same impression. I thought it was either gonna be Liv or maybe Shotzi.
I was thinking Liv or possibly. Yeah, I don't want to say Lacey because they've gone back and forth so much on her. Liv or Raquel.
I feel like they're quite ready to pull the trigger on Raquel. I mean, they're getting there for sure, but I don't think they're gonna give her a
I
Money in the
mean,
Bank quite yet.
yeah, but was anybody really ready for Nikki winning it last year?
I mean, Nikki was there for such a long time. And I'm not even talking about her time in NXT. I mean, she was established on WWE TV for maybe over a
Yeah.
year.
So it would really make more sense for Liv to just win the whole damn thing. If we're going on the idea that the dark horse, in the match, which
But
some may say that's Shotzi and not Liv.
at this point, Shotzi is a much bigger dark horse than Liv is. I mean, Liv's gotten those opportunities. I mean, they've been slim, but she's got them. Shotzi has had zero.
Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll see a Money in the Bank themed tank. Money in the Tank, which would be really heartless considering the price of gas.
I
Um,
was just gonna say that's America today.
well, yeah. Did you hear how much the Powerball jackpot was?
Mm.
It's a gallon of gas.
All right.
Yeah, Liv my mulligan, Becky to win. It's like we've turned this into a horse race. Becky to win, Liv to show, Lacey to place, and Shotzi to never make it out the stable and just run around in circles until she falls asleep.
Yep. And yeah. No, I'm the same way. I feel Becky's to win. Live to be my mulligan. Um, all right, let's talk about the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Seth freaking Rollins versus Drew McIntyre versus Sheamus versus Omos versus Sami Zayn versus Riddle versus who was the last guy to get in the match?
Now, last night on SmackDown, again, we thought it might be Baron Corbin because he won a battle royal at the start of the night. I'm like, oh great. But then I guess they threw the match out and said, you know what? Let's have a fatal four-way. Baron Corbin, Madcap Moss, Ezekiel, and The Miz. And who wins? Madcap freaking Moss.
Alright, so Madcap Moss. Um, this is the most disappointing Money in the Bank ladder match that we've had for quite some time.
Yes, and maybe not when you factor in a few things. One, if this is the final match of the night, this will be the 30th Money in the Bank match in history.
Okay.
23rd men's match. The two former Money in the Bank winners that are in this match have cashed in on the current WWE Undisputed Champion.
This is correct.
Yes,
No, wait.
Seth, hold on, I'm about to address this. Seth was again. Well, Brock was still champion, but he pinned Roman,
Yes, that's correct.
and then there was Sheamus 515, was it 525? Uh, during at a Survivor Series 2015. Um, and so you probably can say, okay, Rollins and Sheamus are out.
That's not what I thought in the slightest. But continue.
Madcap is definitely out. That's a throwaway. Drew has a match at Clash.
Yes,
So, by that logic, he's also out.
yes.
This, I, I'm giving it to Riddle.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, let's not forget last year I called it right.
Who was?
Big E.
That's true, but I also called Nikki AHA. And I hereby say Seth freaking Rollins wins this match.
Well, we can be sure of one thing: whoever wins it ain't cashing it in that
No, they are
tonight.
not. No, they are not. I say Seth Rollins, who is a harder heel right now. Obviously Roman's the champion. Roman's not there. Seth is, and he is getting heat by the Groves simply because the whole Cody situation, and nobody, just walk wise, nobody's been able to touch this guy. I mean, if I mean, like Edge or AJ Styles was in this match, we could maybe go back and forward and debate about it. They're not. Seth Rollins, and then you have the only guy Roman Reigns has yet to beat for a world championship with the Money in the Bank briefcase hovering around his head, with Brock Lesnar in his sights, and The Rock on the horizon. This could go somewhere really, really interesting and fun simply
So,
because Seth Rollins has the briefcase. And I think that is the route and if anybody right now should have the title that isn't Roman, that isn't injured,
mm,
i.e. Cody, it should be Rollins. Because if Rollins holds the title, when Cody comes back, that's the rivalry. You know what I mean?
so you're saying essentially the Money in the Bank case becomes the championship by a proxy since Roman's not there.
Not that it becomes the championship itself, but if he beats Roman for it and he
Well,
becomes champion,
well,
then
it's safe to say he won't be beating Roman for a while if he wins it.
great, true. But I mean, there are more than a few opportunities down the line for him to do it. I mean, Brock,
I mean,
Drew. I mean, he could do another
I mean, I mean,
WrestleMania cash in.
could, I mean, could he do? Could you do it in a last man standing match?
No, but you could do it at the end of it.
That's also true. But
Oh my god, I
again,
had a great idea. What if the main event of night one of WrestleMania is Roman Rock? Roman wins, Seth Rollins cashes in. Night two, the main event for WrestleMania Night Two, Cody and Seth for the Universal Championship.
that's a very interesting scenario. The question is, does the WWE throw away Roman and Rock on night one?
I don't feel like it's a throwaway, considering that Stone Cold was literally the main event of Night One.
Well, considering that The Rock has a much more lucrative movie career than Austin,
Okay, but who would be?
and considering The Rock can actually have a decent match,
But what could be a match that could outdraw? Well, not outdraw, but keep people interested, especially the raw hardcore pro wrestling fans interested in Night Two. That's
see
Cody and
that
Seth.
that's the thing. That's the thing.
Right.
The only thing I can think of that would be, aside from ending Roman's history-making reign, is to cash it in on the man that just beat Roman.
So have
Now,
The Rock win.
for literally seconds,
Okay.
and have Seth come out and pull off the next biggest heist of the century.
Not to mention that the first biggest heist was also in California, a a WrestleMania in California. I mean, technically it was in Silicon Valley, but it's still the same state.
Yeah, I mean this. this really kind of, it almost writes itself in a very, very weird way.
Oh, for sure.
Like, and again, what's more humiliating to Roman? Being pinned for the belt, or seeing the guy that just beat you for the belt get beaten for it mere minutes after?
But if Roman beats The Rock, does
And
does getting cashed in by Seth Rollins right afterwards, does that hurt him at all?
no,
Yeah,
no, because, well, one, Roman, based on everybody, Roman's beat everybody. So at this point,
except Seth.
except Seth, there's nobody else that can make Roman look bad. Um, Now, take the scenario I've just given you, and then apply Cody and Seth on night two.
Right.
And then and then Roman gets his revenge.
Rematch clause?
No, Cody and Seth on night two, Roman causes Seth to lose.
Ooh. I feel like that wouldn't be gratifying as a fan, but
And
it would
then you get,
have to be because that would make the most logical sense, unless they barred Roman from the building.
I mean, and then you put Roman and Seth inside Hell in a Cell, no title. Roman gets, yeah, because Roman's working a limited schedule.
Yeah, and Cody gets his moment.
It's, I, I'm gonna say Riddle. I'm gonna pick Seth as my mulligan. I won't be shocked if Seth wins though.
How do you feel about Omos actually getting on a ladder?
Um, uh, See ya, Omos. Try not to break a leg on the way down. I mean, I imagine somebody like climbing on Omos's shoulders
Hmm.
and getting it, which is now probably how Seth will win. Actually, you know what? That's probably how Riddle can win. That's something Riddle would do. In fact, you know
Yeah.
what? That's something both of them would do.
You know, I understand where you're kind of coming from with Riddle, but I don't see. Obviously Randy is hurt right now, so that story between Randy and Riddle is put on hold for the moment. There's not a lot you could do with Riddle, especially with Brock and McIntyre coming up. You're gonna think I'm insane, but if it's not gonna be Seth Rollins, it's gonna be Sami Zayn.
Oh, fuck right off.
I'm not. I'm not joking. I could believe that having Sami Zayn, now hear me out, as the Money in the Bank holder, kind of sort of a part of the bloodline in that wings, kind of in the wings, kind of in the background of Roman. Him cash in unsuccessfully on Roman and have just the Money in the Bank be a throwaway this year. because anybody that isn't Seth Rollins, in my opinion, in this match, it's a waste. It's a throwaway Money in the Bank briefcase opportunity. At least with Sami Zayn, you might get some good content out of it before he loses it. I feel like your silence speaks volumes.
Uh, God damn you! You spoke it into existence. Uh,
If it happens, I'm
Ladies
sorry.
and gentlemen, send your hate tweets to James J 993 if this happens.
Well, until then, we will conclude our coverage. Join us in a couple hours. Well, Scooter,
Only on the Remix on YouTube, a premium audio companion experience for all your premium live event WWE needs an alternate commentary.
of course, if you like what we're doing, please like, subscribe, comment on our YouTube and Castbox. This was sponsored by Rogue Energy and KO1 Coffee. Join us this Wednesday as we interview Shotgun Adams. Um, join, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Wrestling with E for updates on new interviews when they drop, links, etc., etc. Everything you need to know wrestling but entertainment wise. Follow us individually as well. I am at JJ993. You can follow Kaliko at I am Kaliko, and where can they find Scooter?
You can always find me underneath your mom, and always on Twitter at Scooter Dust, and of course at the Remix on YouTube, which is at Ryan Dust, and of course regular all my Twitch addicts along with Rico Constantino Jr., the best of the Smoking Dragons, twitch.tv/Smoking Dragons.
For Kaliko Yachts and Scooter Dust, I'm James J, and this has been Wrestling with Entertainment.
Kinsaka!